And commentaries are like that, analyzing each and every word, why that word is used, why this was used, why Pullinga was used, why Srilinga was used, and the arguments on that.
Ramuji has now started transcribing Swami Paramarthanandaji's talks on Brahma Sutra Shankara Bhashya. He's busy. All life long he's going to be busy, I know that. And so that's what he's saying. Because all these things come. Shankara, Ramuji will explain. Va means what, Eva means what, why is Eva? Shankara is using Evakara, all that will come. Because they're not human beings. We don't consider Shankara as a human being, like somebody. No, Aporushaya Vastu it is. Veda is Aporushaya. Aporushaya means not a product of a human mind. Shankara is Purusha, all right. But you look at his works and all that, Avatara Purusha. Therefore, Krishna also Avatara Purusha. Therefore, nothing, Sarvajna. Sarvajna, all knowing, you can't, all knowing cannot ramble. And if at all you think it's a ramble, somebody else will make a lot of sense out of it. Correct? So that's why. Beautiful it is.
Jai Kumarji.
Tell me.
Jai Kumarji.
Yeah,
when Krishna talks about all these three gunas, is three gunas are based on our karma we get it, or is it by heredity, or how do we get this guna?
Yeah, karma applies everywhere. Karma applies to everything, everywhere. All the time karma is playing. Okay? Now this heredity, we say, heredity. Heredity means what? Inheriting something from somebody else, right? That's what is heredity.
Right.
Heredity is also karma only. Why should I be born in this particular place and time in order to inherit all these things from these parents? Why should I not be born to those parents or those parents? I love them, and so I should have been born there. Karma only decides heredity. Karma decides heredity. Think about it. Just think about it. In fact, karma is such that, in fact, God has no choice. There's no choice but for me to be born on this particular day at this particular time to this particular family, which already has this particular brothers and sisters. When I born itself, I had brothers and sisters, if we say. That is how there is no other choice for me to be born that way. Karma. And therefore, inheritance and all works automatically. Why should I have two brothers and one sister? Why not? Why not? I like nuclear families. Why not just one sister? Too many brothers and sisters, they're too confusing. So if we say, no, this is how it should be.
So if karma decides everything, and then even in order to get moksha, anything, then it has to be your karma, right? Then why we have to work hard if it is my karma?
When I said karma decides everything, after the heredity birth part only, you should apply. You're now stretching it to your life. You've gone past birth. You've gone past heredity. And now what? Now what? Well, the child has not much free will. The child also, life is governed by karma to a large extent. Until free will begins to manifest after a few years, free will begins to manifest. And then free will is important. Then it is important. Then brahmachari means the free will is developing to a point. Brahmachari, to a large extent, life is decided by parents. Very little freedom brahmachari has. Brahmachari doesn't know that they don't have much freedom, but really they don't have much freedom. Language is given, parents are given, house is given, where you have to go, you have to study. That also somebody has decided for you. Everything is given for the brahmachari, for the girl and boy. Brahmacharini also. And so it's all free will within it's like putting it within a compound, you put your dog. Dog has some free will, it just roams around within that compound, within that. But once the grihastha comes, then there is no compound at that point. It's the whole universe is opens up. And so free will is there. Krishna is saying all these things. Would he have said all this to Arjuna if Arjuna did not have free will? He's saying these three kinds of sukham is there, these three kinds of jnanam is there, karma is there. Why is he saying that? Use your free will to give up the things you are supposed to give up and move towards sattvika karma, sattvika kartrutvam, sattvika jnanam, etc. Otherwise, this lecture is of no use to us. Is it not?
Yes. Yeah. So the even whatever the karma we have in the past, so now we have free will how to make it sattvika, rajasaka, or tamasika. That's what it's saying here?
Correct. Correct. He's not saying karma is gone. Karma is governing every second of the day. Karma is working. It's working. And every second of the day, free will also is working.
Yes.
So it's now both are going together. Both are going together. Like that Swamiji Tadapanandaji, always I remember him. Then karma and free will come. He gave the example of somebody crossing the river. River is also flowing. That river flow is karma. My rowing the boat is free will. Both have to work. Sometimes the flow of the river is too much. I may get washed away. Karma force is too much. Free will is of free will is there, but it seems insignificant. In other cases, the flow is smooth, flow, and free will is very effective. And I'm going exactly where I want to go. Correct? Sometimes when we say things are working out very well for somebody, everything you do, you're successful in whatever you do. Whatever I do, I'm not successful. Like that they say. That's because two forces are at work. But the free will we have to make use of. Especially in Shastram, we have to make use.
Dhanyawadaji.
Anything else?
Guruji, when you say you have to make use of your free will, that means, and also you're fighting against the current. So how do you make yourself strong enough to resist, understand, and go towards what is necessary? How to prioritize? How does that wisdom come to prioritize when you're sinking in the effect of the gunas, your karma, and circumstances under which you're surrounded with? So how do you prioritize the higher goals and go towards them and make the free will stronger?
See, jnanam, knowledge of what the priorities are, knowledge of what things are available to me, what options are available. Number one. Number two, constantly surrounding ourselves by the Shastram, by Shravanam. See, we are not poor prioritizers. We know how to prioritize things. And that's why we are where we are. Okay. So we are not new to it at all. And we just continue to work on it. Continue to work on it. Krishna is giving us some tools to self-assess. And then we work on the things we want to. Shastram will say Shravanam. Shravanam will do magic. You know why? Because the burden is thrown on the teacher. You see, what is interesting is in our Shravanam, we surrender to our Guru. Swamiji is there and you surrender. And then the Shravanam does magic. And I think only Shravanam can do magic. All the other practices and all is good. Puja, Parayanam and all also important. We can increase the time we spend on those things. And Shravanam. Because in the end, Premaji, how to do things, there is no hard and fast answer. Only if you do this, you will get moksha. It's not there. If you want the answer, jnanam is the only answer. Okay. But what about karma yoga? Karma yoga is vast because karma is vast. Somebody spends time doing parayanam. Somebody time doing puja. Who is right, who is wrong? We can't say who is right, who is wrong. Because once Shravanam is there, Shravanam is the only thing that can set things right. Correct? All practices, let them be. Let them be. Antakarana Shuddhi will come. Otherwise, I'll start arguing about which puja is better to do. Devi Pujava, Rama Pujava, Shiva Puja Pannamama. Which is better? Edu Uttamam. We will get lost into these kind of arguments. And so Shravanam will set all that right.
But the alasyam that is predominant in the person, or the indifference, that is what is causing the disconnect and making you wonder whether you should do this one, that one, what time, when, where, who is more valid than the other. And there's so many ignorant factors that jump in. But you have a steady practice, and essentially it is Shravanam and Shraddha and the Guru.
Right. And I've also talked to Swamiji. If there is a need for advice, need for clarity, need for help to prioritize, I have A, B, C, D, what should I do? So sometimes, we always need help. So we should never assume that we can ever do everything by ourselves. So there are certain situations where we just need some clarity. There are people who can provide that clarity. So I used to always rely on that.
Where did you know how to look? Where did you know how to look? Where to look for this assistance? How did you know where to go?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know. Because all this is happenstance only. Guru just appeared. I was not looking for a guru. Just appeared. Everything happened. Really, we can't say, Prema, analyze this too much. It all happened. Then I realized, oh my God, I was a guy who never asked questions to anybody. I tried to solve everything myself. And sometimes when it's not going anywhere, I used to get stuck. Then I realized, it's all right. You can ask people. It's all right to tell people I'm confused. It's all right to tell people I need help. Swamiji would often say, seeking help is the most intelligent thing a person can do. Something like that. I'm rephrasing that sentence. So we'll use, and help can be got from anybody, not just from a guru or a sannyasi. There are people who can very good at assessing. Out of the blue, they'll tell you what to do, and you'll say, "Why did I not think of that?" Right? Why did I not think of that?
Thank you.
It's always good to have nice friends. Friends. That is the purpose of friends, is to help us get better.
Yeah. Suhrud, who is a Sahrud.
Suhrud.
Suhrud, who is a Sahrud, who thinks in the same way as you do. That type of friend alone can help you.
Definitely.
Like-minded people. Like-minded people, Hemaji?
Yeah. I mean, we have an idea to have friends all along. So, not like we lose friends, but which friends like what. And so, You know that you won't ask certain questions of certain people. You won't bring up certain topics with certain friends. All these things are there. That's how it is. So, it doesn't mean we reject friends, but we say, okay, there are some places where some people are good at, so I want to seek out the company of such people. And new friends can come also. That's why new friends happen. And the more you know, then suddenly new friends will start. New friends which are matching your wavelength, as they say. Yeah, Vaidyaji, go ahead.
Yeah, Jaykumarji. So one comment I heard for overcoming tamas, what I've heard is practice of yoga helps overcome tamas. Just the yogasanas themselves will help you overcome the laziness and excessive sleep and that kind of things. And then the knowledge of shastram helps you overcome the indifference. This is the biggest problem we have, right? As Hindus, indifference is the biggest problem we have, I would say. Indifference to what's happening in the world, what's happening to other Hindus, what's happening to, what is truth and what is not truth, what is value and what is false value. Indifference to all that is the root cause of a lot of problems. So
your first
yeah.
point, tamas yoga.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we didn't spend much time. What will get us out of tamas? Krishna has given some clues. So we have all the sadhanas available, and even to do yoga can be difficult, So they always have friends, because friends, hey, why don't we join yoga class? So you need 2 or 3 people to say yes. Then it mutually reinforces. Mutual reinforcement is there. So we have to have that. The peer group has to be there. A peer group that thinks similarly. Then only yoga class. Otherwise, yoga class impossible to go. And going may be easy. After 3rd class, you just come home and say, 6:30 in the morning. Who is going to get up and do all this yoga and all, And these days, going to a class. Hey, when I can have a class on the computer, you're asking me to go to a yoga class? You're asking me to walk? Is that what you're telling me? It would be a nice idea to walk to a yoga class. There's nothing wrong with that. Double the workout. So,
I think yoga and in general physical activity, right? Exercise, walking, running, whatever is your, that can overcome that tamas.
Anything, people like to go to the gym, etc. That's fine. These days, just guys and boys, they're all going to the gym. I know what's a young age. I never went to the gym. People, they know all the gyms that are around, so they are working on it. And so it's good to have these kinds of ideas. Mahesh, go ahead.
And I think, one other question, Jagmarji, just briefly. This is more of a grammar. So someone asked about this word, right? Syat. Now, syat usually means maybe, possibly, or like that, right?
Yeah, syat is would be. Would be. Okay, so that is the syat is the same asti. Same dhatu that gives asti in lat lakara. The syat is vidhiling lakara. So muktam syat. An object would be free from 3 gunas. Does not exist.
That would be okay.
Correct?
Got it.
Yeah, that's the way to look at
it. Thank you.
Yeah, Mahesh.
No, Jagamaji, I think my question was more related to last Kathopanishad class. So I'll ask in the Kathopanishad.
Okay, sure.
Guruji, I have one more. we received from Hema this morning something called Anatma Sri Vigarhanam. What does that mean? And seems to be something very interesting. Dhatur Lokaha Sadito Va Tatah Kim Vishnurloko Vikshito Va Tatah Kim Shambhur Lokaha Shasito Va Tatah Kim Yena Swatma Naiva Sakshat Krito Bhut.
Right. So, it's a beautiful, I quoted it once in one of the classes, I remember. So, what is the first is Vishnu Loka. Vishnu Loka,
Dhatur Loko.
Dhatru Loka.
Dhatur Loka.
Dhatru Loka is Brahma Loka. Brahma Loka. Dhatur Loka, Sadito Va, Dhatur Loka. Sadito Va, I went to Brahma Loka. An accomplishment, very big accomplishment. And then next is what? Vishnu Loka. Okay, Vishnu Loka. Ikshito Va, Tatakhim. I went to Vishnu Loka also. Okay, I did tapas, like Dhruva, I did tapas and I went to Vishnu Loka. Accomplishment. Next is Shambhor Loka Saditova or something is there. Huh? Shambhor Loka.
Shasitova.
They're all rhyming words, Guruji. Dhataloka Sadito, Vishnu Loko Vikshito, Shambhor Loko Shashito. I mean, Shasha, V, like that,
Shambhor Loka Shashitova. Shashitova means what? Hey, I got some position in Shambhor Loka. Simply didn't go there and enjoy, have sightseeing and all, I came back. No. Shasitova. Hey, Shiva gave me command of certain portion of the Shiva Loka. Or Shiva said, I'm going on a vacation, you take care of Shiva Loka. That's amazing. Only a person who's capable of doing it will get that kind of an assignment. So, if I say I got that kind of assignment, then, okay, you can say all those things, but then what is the last line?
Yena Swatma Naiva Sakshat Krito Bhut.
Yeah. Yena Swatma Sakshat Krito. Na Sakshat Krita. Hey, the one who has not done Shasanam of Atma, Sadito, Sadhanam of Atma, accomplishment of Atma, none of these things will count. None of these things will count. Why it won't count? Because after Shashitova, Shivaloko, Shashitova, what happened to you? Next Janma is there or not? Next Janma, what happens? Nobody knows. Somebody is going to do Shasanam for me, on me. And then my past also I forget. Last Janma that I was in Shivaloka doing Shasanam, that also I don't know. I can't even put it in my resume. Only in that Janma only I can put it. After that, forgotten. I have forgotten, others also have forgotten. My God, this is too much. So he says, Yena Swatma Naiva Sakshat Kritaha. Sakshat Kritaha. One who has not done Sakshatkara of Atma. That fellow is going to go round and round and round, looking for newer and newer things.
That Eva is also there. Naiva. Eva. So as you said, every word is full of so much of implication and meaning. Naiva Sakshat Krito Bhut.
Just 1 minute.
It's really beautiful, Hemaji.
I came across
Very
it and we had just discussed, yesterday's class something. So I thought I'll just share it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good mantra to quote about the vision, which says that Vishishtadvaita, Nisheda it is. Going to some loka will solve all my problems. That idea is a wrong idea. If I can't solve my problems now, how it will get solved somewhere else? Somewhere else means what? other than earth we are talking about. So postponing our problems and somehow magically things will disappear. That idea is not correct, what we're saying. This sloka also is saying that. And Krishna also said that. Atma Buddhi Prasadajam Sukham is tat satvikam proktam. Yeah, that's what he said just now. Yeah. So Sanskrit definitely nalla paakka. So that's important. So that's a nice sloka. Yeah. I think it comes, I noted it down somewhere. I know where I did some research and actually I think I found out the source of it, but now I can't recall what it is. Yeah. I liked it very much. I actually Googled and all that some long ago.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. You had a question, Premaji?
No, thank you, Guruji. You answered it. You just
Yeah.
explained it. Thank you.
Maheshji.
Yamaji, as in related to what Premaji said, I mean, if we say that, I don't know what is the source of the mantra. Is it from somebody wrote that, or is it from Upanishad, or I don't know from where it
Hey, no,
came.
I got it. She said it just now. Anatma Nivarhana. What is it? Stotram.
Anatma Sri Vigarhana. Anatma Sri Vigarhana.
Anatma Sri Vigarhana Stotram. Who wrote it? I don't know. Somebody wrote it.
So my point is that, after so many years, all these Advaita, Vishishta Advaita, Advaita, all three are still existing. Nobody has been completely proven wrong or incorrect or something, right? I mean, it's been there for several hundred years now. And their own disciples have argued and still all exists. I don't think it has been proven one way or other. Maybe, like for example, Upanishads, when we like Kathopanishad, it looks very clear that everything is Atma based on what Yama says. But if you look at Bhagavad Gita, Ramanuja's Bhashyam of Bhagavad Gita is somewhat different than Shankara's thing, which is more geared towards Visishta Advaita. And same way Madhvacharya's is towards Dvaita. Am I correct? I mean, my point is that my question is rather, it is not been completely said one is correct or incorrect. It's there are three schools of thoughts.
Correct. So, yeah, we don't do jihad. So, Advaita Vedantis don't say, come on, let's take this thing and then finish off all these Madhvacharyas and this ones. They don't say that. And it is all, we are not threatened by anything. It's because
no, but my question is it correct to say something is incorrect? I mean, when we don't know, I mean, that's my point.
No, each mind has to figure out what is correct.
Right, or what you think is correct, or whatever.
It is a responsibility only in Advaita Vedanta, especially in Advaita Vedanta. We only say, we don't say you believe what the teacher says. We say you understand what the teacher says. If you don't understand, you have to understand. There's no choice. There's no choice. And so we emphasize that process, that thought process, that intellection. And based on that intellection, we say this is right. We don't say you have to accept what I'm saying. You have to think it through and decide for yourself. That's how it is. That's why the Sampradaya works. And they are saying that what they're saying is right. That's fine. I'm not threatened by it. I have my own way of refuting them.
Yeah, everybody has their own, argument for or against it, or something else.
So you have to look at the for and against and decide for yourself. You have to look at the for and against of each and then decide what is correct, what's wrong. Or everything can be correct at the same time.
Yeah, that's my point.
That you
So
have to decide.
maybe I'm saying is maybe certain minds something will be easily understandable
So
than others.
my view is, it's not that Ramanujacharya was an ignorant man. No,
Yeah,
that's not what we
absolutely
say.
not.
What we are saying is he found this to be the right vision for the people at that time. That is the right vision for the people. They are not ready for Advaita Vedanta. Why I am saying it? Because I had some good Vishishtadvaiti friends. They told me this. I am nobody to comment on Vishishtadvaita. They told me, Jaykumar Shankaracharya is so great. He said, I said, what? Because he's a Pakka Vishishtadvaita. A Pakka. But he told me this one day suddenly. And then we used to be very good friends afterwards. And I never used to talk about these things in public or with friends and all. But he told me, because I was studying and all that. Shankara has gone somewhere else, Kumar. No, we are not there yet. This is what he told me. Then I began to encourage that thought. I said, wait a minute, what does he mean by that? I asked him that. What do you mean by that? Are you saying that Vishishtadvaitis are not ready for it? He said, yeah, that's one way of thinking. That's how I think. That's what he said. And this is very easy to seek solace, in the lap of God and going to heaven, etc. is so important. And so let it be so, like that. Like that, he said one day. So I was.
Yeah, because that kind of you like Madhvacharya said, I am different. God is different from me. Separate entity and all. Probably many people that is easy to comprehend, right? Without much, because that is our way of life.
Adhikaritvam is needed.
Right. That is our way of life. Easy to comprehend compared to something more abstract. It's difficult to comprehend. I mean, just like any other science subjects we can think of, there are certain things we can easily comprehend, some are more difficult. I don't know. So I'm saying I don't know. I'm curious to learn, or hear from someone about the Bhashyam of Bhagavad Gita by either the Ramanujacharya or Madhvacharya, but I haven't met anybody so far in my circle of friends. But
study like we are doing Bhashyam. Kathopanishad is simple Bhashyam. And if you study other Upanishads, the Bhashyam itself, Shankara will bring Vishishtadvaiti, will bring the Sankhya, will bring the Yoga.
Yeah, they're there. See, the thing is, the Upanishads, I don't know, I may be incorrect, but I have a feeling that most of the Vishishta, Dvaita, probably they don't dwell on this Upanishad a whole lot. But I've not heard any of my Vaishnava friends talk anything about Upanishad. Even people who are very much into, practices, so to speak. Whereas other friends, non-Vaishnava, meaning apart from these two categories, they do talk. Whether they fully understand is a separate issue. At least they talk. But here, I've not heard anybody talk about Upanishad at all. I don't know. Maybe they don't look into it. They don't consider it to be correct. I don't know. But I don't. But the other things like Vedas, rituals, and all the things, philosophy, and all they do. Maybe there is one. I don't know. So
to entertain the idea that I am the whole, to entertain the idea that Atma is free, to entertain the idea that Atma's nature is fullness, takes adhikaritvam.
yeah, sure.
Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhamadi, Muksha must be there in reasonable measure Otherwise, this idea itself is a bogus idea. If you don't enter the head, what kind of idea, what we're talking about will come. Therefore, we are very clear. Adhikaritvam illena, then this thing will be meaningless. It is just meaningless chatter. Purnamadaha Purnamadam, some Western author had written. It is some, what is it, prattle. It is some kind of a prattle. I think prattle is chatter or something, a child's prattle or something.
Yeah, infantile prattle.
Infantile prattling,
prattle.
prattling or something he had said. Yeah, that's what it is. That's infantile. So
No,
then
but
we,
I have not seen in Vaishnava temple. Of course, I have not gone to that many Vaishnava temple, but they don't chant all this Purnamadam, Purnama. I have not.
I mean, you have to ask it. You have to do your own investigation. My guess, I'm
Yeah,
only
yeah.
telling you my guesses. My guesses,
I understand. I understand. I'm just saying is that I'm just telling you my experience. That's all.
yeah. So there is no need for inquiry. Why, what inquiry is needed to go to Vaikuntha? Please tell me. Please tell me. I have to be a devotee of Vishnu. Okay.
It's a belief.
Being a devotee of Vishnu has nothing to do with inquiry.
Yeah. That,
Mahavakya Vichara is not needed. Or if it is needed, it is exactly like saying, you will merge with Vishnu. You will go to Vaikuntha. That is my interpretation of Mahavakya. Or and so beyond that, I don't have to. A guy who does not know the Mahavakyam will still go to Vaikuntha and get the moksha that they are talking about. Over. Therefore, Upanishad Parayanam, Upanishad study, everything, nothing is needed. Shravanam, what Shravanam is needed is the glory of Vishnu. That is you listen to that. Any talk you listen to, Dushyant or whatever. It's so important it is. I mean,
yeah, everything. I mean, we
beautiful.
have
It's
seen what is that? What is that UA? I forgot his name.
yeah. Everybody, there are so many talk after talk after talk.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
all talking very well. They're all very good speakers. My goodness, they're so blessed. They're very good speakers. Their words are just flowing out, flowing out. But if you say, the moment you say that there is something more than this, then everything else will come into the same bucket. Same karma bucket. Karma phulam bucket. Then Anyatra Dharmat, Vishitadvaiti will not know how to interpret that. Nasti Akritaha Kritena, they have to give some other meaning.
Yeah.
Mundaka Upanishad, they have to give. For us, it's like Rasagulla. All these words. Mantra after mantra is Rasagulla for us. Correct?
I mean,
Because
all these mantras are clear, Advaita, Brahman, all those clear definition, clear state things you can see. But that's
no,
why
I
I'm
think
asking whether.
so. No, I'm saying what you should do, Mahelji, is you try to find. I'll see if I can find some text which is written by Ramanuja or written by Madhvacharya on the same text we are studying.
Yeah, exactly. That's
How
what
they interpret it. How they interpret it. You read their translation. Only reason I'm not doing it is because I have a stack of books I've not read. See,
yeah.
look at this Brahma Sutram, big text is only 2000 pages. And when am I going to finish all this?
Yeah.
Look at this. The bottommost book is called Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Gita Press. This one Upanishad book, this Upanishad they say, but it's huge. It's impossible to study in one lifetime. And so that is why I'm not doing all these other things that you're asking.
I had a friend who was learning Gita from someone in Singapore or somewhere. Unfortunately, something happened in his family, so he's no longer here. Not here, at least this time. So I was trying to ask him, can you share me the text you are learning? So I just at least say, for example, that was Bhagavad Gita I was learning. So it's easy for me to, on a mantra to mantra I can, or sloka to sloka I can refer and see how they interpret.
Yeah, that's good. There are certain mantras you pick up, like the key Vedanta mantras.
Yeah.
Karmanya vadikaraste prajahati yada kama, and then atmanya vatmana tushtaha. All those words you karmanya karmayah pashed.
Yes, yes.
Karmayah sabuddhiman manushyeshu. Buddhiman. So you look at the bhashyam of that and the translation of the bhashyam. There you can find the maximum contrast. You want to pick mantras where the contrast is big. Yeah, which you already know the mantras. You study Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah. So
mantras are there.
Yeah. Anyway, so I thought this too.
Sure. Understood. So yeah, what we call, Rajiv Malhotra calls it truth claim. These are all truth claims. Truth claims. These are claims of truth. Correct? They are claiming that so-and-so is the truth. They are claiming that is the truth, etc. They are truth claims. You can have any number of truth claims. And so there's nothing wrong with them. Truth claims can be done. Truth claims. And even Muslims claim that is their truth. That is their truth. And they can't handle people who don't believe that. That is another problem. That's the problem, in fact. We don't have any problem with any other religion. But the problem is our survival is at stake. That is the only problem. Vaidya, go ahead.
Yeah, Jaikmoorji, I know this is a fact that Ramanujacharya and Madhvacharya both wrote commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra, and Upanishads. So all the Prasthanatraya each is covered. In fact, Ramanujacharya is called by Vaishnavas as Sri Bhashyakaras.
Brahma Sutra
Adi Shankara is Bhashyakara. Huh?
Yeah.
So he's called Sri Bhashyakara. Sri Bhashyam. Yeah.
And that Brahma Sutra Bhashyam is called Sri Bhashyam.
Correct.
Sri Bhashyam. Brahma Sutra.
Correct.
Yes.
So
they are all very, very, very knowledgeable. I mean, they're avatars.
Right.
No doubt about it.
So
that's
is
right.
there a Bhashyam on Kathopanishad?
Definitely there is a Bhashyam on Kathopanishad.
Just Google and
So,
see. Archive.org will have it.
Correct. And then, so this is the other distinction which, in Vaishnavas, see, Sri Vaishnavas, there is this division between Vadakalai and Tengalai. So Vadakalais are the ones that still, they have they accord primacy to Vedam, Shastram, and, the Vedic studies, etc. Whereas the Tengalai people, they say that the essence of the Vedams is there in the Nalayana Divya Prabandham. So one need not study Upanishad, etc. For them, this Nalayana Divya Prabandham itself is the essence of the Vedams. This is what I've understood. This is, very limited knowledge. So limited knowledge is dangerous thing, like they say. But this is, I think what I've said is not false. But it may not be the whole truth.
Yeah, many of my friends, Vaidyaji, many of my friends in Houston, at least they all learned this, the Nalayana and Divya Prabandham. That is there. I've not heard anybody trying to learn Upanishad by either Madhvacharya or Ramanujacharya. That's why I said, everybody talks about Nalayana and Divya Prabandham. Even though everything is in Tamil, even people who are not speaking Tamil also recite the same thing. Said the same thing. So,
yes, that's correct. That's correct. Yeah, that's correct, and very true. But but you go to the Vadakalai Iyengars, and you can make it from the U Namams. For example, Meenakshi Temple, all the priests are Vadakalai Iyengars in Meenakshi Temple, and
but they chant
so all of them.
Nalayana and Divya Prabandham. They chant.
No, they will study Nalayana and Divya Prabandham also. But they'll study Vedam also. That's what I'm trying to say. So for them, of course, the Vedanta Deshikar is one of their gurus after Ramanujacharya. He was a great, great, great Sanskrit scholar. The Raghuvira Gadyam, for example, was written by him. It's all in Sanskritam. Hayagriva Stotram. Many of those were written by him. Absolute great person, Vedanta Deshikar. He lived for 120 years at a time when the South was invaded by Muslims. He survived that. And if you listen to our Dushyant Sridhar, is it's a Vadagala Iyengar. So he talks a lot about Vedanta Deshikar.
He's written a nice book, a thick book, a picture-based book on Vedanta Deshikar.
Velakudi.
Yeah, our the priest in Meenakshi temple, that Sridharan Raghavan, he is quite knowledgeable.
Yes, he's a Ganapadi, I think.
Yeah, Ganapadi, he's very good.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable, and so he knows both the Divya Prabandham also. He knows Vedam also.
Any other questions? Good. So we'll keep our eyes and ears open. And Mahesh, if you find anything, let us know. You can definitely.
Sure.
If you find anything, let us know. It can be a good point.
Sure.
Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantarage Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.